Hey guys, it's that time again, 2 for Tuesday, part number 1, Life in Quebec. The movie, okay, really short movie. Really short movie. Okay, it's just a couple of clips. You'll like it. Check it out. Oh, part number 2, stick around. My first impressions, Nikon D850. Be right back. Shall we? Down the door. Ready? Look. Snow. That's fun. And oh crap. That's my car. Wow. Very warm. Minus 15 out here. This is life in Quebec, bro. Fun stuff. Hey guys, part number 2. Hope you like part number 1. If you did, click the like button. If you're into photography, stick around. Part number 2. D850 is my first impressions. Had it for about a week and playing around with it a little bit. Gonna do a review at a later date. Also, comparison between my D750 and my D850. Do's and don'ts for both. You're gonna like it. Stick around. Part number 2. Guess what I got? D850. Well, first impressions, there were 3 major tests that I wanted to do, which I've basically done over the last week. Now, first, and absolute most important, 4K full frame video. The second thing I wanted to test is I wanted to go out and I wanted to shoot it in exactly the same way as I've been shooting with my D750. So 24 megapixel full frame. This being of course 45.7 megapixel full frame. And I really needed to see the difference, how forgiving it would be or not. And the third thing that I was really interested in was the buffer. So there was so much hype about the buffer, and then of course there were several YouTubers that would come up and do a test, and you would only get like 20 shots. And then there were others who would do it and they would get 40 and 50 shots. So I wanted to know what is the truth. Alright, let's take a look. I believe that says 54 shots. The angry photographer? Well, Ken, you were obviously right. And I'm kind of disappointed in other photographers and other guys on YouTube for, you know, not testing it properly. I mean, I got, that was 54 shots, and the last 2 or 3 obviously were after the buffer ran out. 0.02 of a second. 0.02 of a second. Let's format the memory card again. We're going to give it every advantage. Okay, so we're done. We point the camera. Let's give it a focus. Why not? Even though I'm not going to get any usable shots here. And we go. Yeah, so that one slowed down. Alright. And let's look at 52 shots. Okay, here we go. Focus. There we go. And wow. Wow. I got a ton of shots there. 54. Yep. So here it is. So I've tested it now. So here's the thing. I've tested the buffer. I have it in manual mode. Manual focus. There's no VC on. It's a regular lens. I have XQD only. There's no SD card in it. Okay. And it's not in live view mode. Straight through here. Pointing it at my subject. Snapping off. I've tested at 3 different shutter speeds. 60th of a second, 1/500th of a second, 1/2000th of a second. And every single one of them has given me 51 shots. Every single time. Every single time. So when you're looking at other YouTubers and they're telling you they're only getting 20, 22, 23, that's not true. If you're setting it up the way you're supposed to set it up, you're going to get 51 shots. That's the buffer speed. That's reality. I filmed it. Don't believe anyone else who tells you they get less. And this is real world. I'm shooting it in manual. I'm focusing it manually. And it's in 14-bit, the largest RAW file you can get, which is a 50 megabyte file. 51 shots in a row. I mean, I would never shoot 51 shots in a row, but I can if I want. So I'm going to show you some 4K video, and I'm going to show you pre-graded and then post-graded, just to show you the difference between the two. When I took the time to take my flat profile and actually expand on the dynamic range, you get an amazing image. It's as close to a log file as you're going to get with a Nikon. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was amazed. I go straight from the camera after these settings are set up, basic settings. I go straight from the camera. I use DaVinci. I put it in DaVinci. One LUT, and boom, it's there. Perfect. I can always tweak it a little bit here and there, but for YouTube videos I don't. I just want to put it in. I want one LUT. I want it done. I don't want to be color grading for hours on a YouTube video. This is in studio, so dynamic range I didn't really need, but if I'm shooting out, I want to be able to do that. So I set this these settings up, and once I get them tweaked, I will definitely be sharing it with you guys. I'll let you know how to pick that up. And that's it for the 4K video. I mean, it's amazing quality. My next step is I'm shooting a intro to a short movie, and I'm going to be shooting it all in 4K and in that profile, so I'm going to be able to grade it afterwards. So that's the next test. At 45.7 megapixel, it's going to be ridiculous amount of information on these files. I did some very quick tests in studio using flashes. They are tack sharp at f2.8. If I'm shooting, I can be shooting at f8, f8, f11. I can blow these images up to wall size. No, not a problem. This is ridiculous amount of information on these files. I love it. Yeah. So guys, look, that's it. There's not much more to say for the moment. The three things that I wanted to cover today, I have. 4K video, amazing. Buffer speed, of course. And I've obviously tested and completely disproved anybody who believes you can't get 51 shots in a row before the buffer. You can. You can. I did it at a 60th of a second, 500th of a second, 2000th of a second. No problem. You can. Last but not least, but I wanted to make sure hand holding it. So this is a 200. If I'm shooting at 200, I want 1/200th of a second and higher if possible, with the vibration compensation on, because I found out very quickly that my skills hand holding with a 45 megapixel camera it's not good. With the 850, I did it at a 60th of a second, and the motion is very obvious. So you're going to want to use higher shutter speeds. Aside from that, you know, I mean, it just handles beautifully. There's nothing bad I can really say about it. So if you're thinking about getting this camera, guys, like every other YouTuber has ever touched it, highly recommend it. Buffer speed, look, if you set it in the right position, you'll get your 51 shots if you actually want 51 shots. If I were you, I'd slow down and take time to compose and get better shots. But that's just me. 4K full frame video, oh what a beast. Gorgeous D850, and I'll leave you on this note. Focus. And yeah, there's a lot of shots. Okay guys, that's it. Another Two for Tuesday, come and gone. Hope you liked it. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it a great deal. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and hey, I'll see you next Tuesday. Take it easy.